What's up? Whoa, long day. What's up, my fellow golf ball addicts? I wanted to come on here and do a live because I enjoy it. I love it a lot. So, Friday night, playoff basketball, playoff hockey. I mean, come on. Dang. Let's hang out. Let's enjoy a cocktail. It's Friday night. Let's party. Come on now. This is a protein shake. This ain't partying, but I call this 30 and overweight. But yeah, come on in, guys. Love doing these lives. This is an open forum. I love doing this. Love just hanging out with some of you. Oh, cool. Already a question. Hey, Isaac, who's my hockey team? I support two of them. I am in the Tampa area, so Lightning are my go-to, but I'm originally from Missouri, and I'm a big St. Louis guy, so I watch the Blues as well. Who do I have for the PGA Championship? Well, I haven't had a chance to look at the leaderboard today because I've been at work for the last 8 hours. So let me see where... It's so funny. I might have to give up on ESPN soon. It's like I go to ESPN's homepage, and you've got the Knicks Celtics, which makes sense. And then I've got some baseball. That's cool. I've got some hockey playoff. That's cool. Then there's WNBA, which I don't think that should be above a major in golf, but whatever. Maybe that's a personal opinion. And then, Derek Carr retires. I'm still scrolling. Oh, here we go. PGA Championship. It's like, yeah, not a big event at all going on. So Vegas is still okay, cool. Who do I got? Boy, Scotty's right there, ain't he? Matt Fitzpatrick. I wouldn't be surprised if Fitzpatrick wins it. He always does good in these. He always does good in these either the Open or the U.S. Open or the regular Open or he always does really good. I've never seen him in the Masters really do that well, but he's always up here in these. DeChambeau's tied for 17th. Tony Finau in there. Good for him. My boss at the course I work at, John Summers, he played in this, but did not do that well. I'm sure he wishes he'd have done better. I think he finished 9 over through 2 rounds, so it was a little rough of a day, but it was cool he's in it. So he was in it last year too, so that's kind of neat. That's what that is apple juice. I promise. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Victor kind of there. Okay. Well, Saturday might be moving day, so we'll see. Right now, boy, it's amazing how many big names are not in this top 20, top 30. I mean, I would say like Homa, however, however you pronounce it. That's a surprise, but it's good to see him there. But then you got Scheffler, Fitzpatrick. But man, like after that, I mean, you got DeChambeau 17th. Finau, it's great to see there. But I don't see Rory. I don't see, any of the big guys. I think a lot of them got cut. Yeah, Jordan Spieth cut. Shane Lowry, I hate that. I'd love to see him win something like this. Justin Thomas cut. Hideki Matsuyama cut. I always root for Gary Woodland, but Ricky Fowler cut. Patrick Reed cut. That's a big one. Patrick Cantlay, boy, 274s. Oh, my goodness. Justin Rose. Hey, there's John Summers. That's my boss. And then Brooks Koepka. Fired the same score. Dustin Johnson. Yeah. When's the Ram golf ball reviews coming out? Well, it'll be sometime this year. The big problem I've had with the Ram golf balls is that I have to see if it's changed, but they always make them like where you have to buy them in a 3 dozen pack, and they have like 4 or 5 different models. And I mean, I don't mind doing that, of course, but see if I can get this wire out of the way here. I don't mind ordering in bulk or whatever I need to do, but I just hate that. Does that work a little better? Yeah, a little bit better. Yeah. So you got the extreme distance and control. You've got, I mean, I'd love to get a hold of them and see if maybe I could just get a sample pack or something, because that would be a lot better. Let me turn the slide off and see if that works any better. Sorry, you'd think I'd have this down pat by now. No, see, it's still coming out. Eventually I'll get better lighting, but we'll see. But yeah, there's just too many. So, I mean, 79 at 6 dozen. I mean, I'd love to do those Ram golf balls. I got to get a hold of them, because I don't want to spend like $170 just on Ram golf balls. What do you think about PGA not allowing the players to clean in place in the PGA Championship? Scheffler was very vocal about it from the start. I'm not sure what that means. Allowing the players to clean and place? Oh, okay. You talk about on the green? They're not allowed to do that? I guess I didn't hear about that. Oh, geez. All right. I like it when the majors are really tough. I do too. I do too. I don't want to see a lot of, like when Scheffler won 31 under. I don't like seeing that. I like seeing it really tough. I want a birdie to feel like a birdie. You know what I mean? I want a birdie to feel like something actually happened. When you're firing off a birdie every single hole, it just doesn't feel the same. I was a Legato fan, but now I'm confused. I like the soft feel and distance, good spin around the green. Yeah. You know what's interesting about the Legato review? So I actually had a Zoom call with Legato, and Ben, who's the marketing guy there, he's the one who's actually in their ads. If you ever watch a post they do, that's him. Very nice man. He was very, he told me about the golf ball and everything. And I tested it, and it was so funny because I thought, this golf ball, I said, everything about it is great. Everything about it, like the numbers are all amazing. The spin's phenomenal. The feet, all kinds of great stuff. Like it actually doesn't have anything wrong with it. But I was like, I bet it's going to be received negatively, because golf ball addicts, we love forgiveness. We love, golf balls that are more value tour balls. And I was like, I just think it's going to be not well received. And that's exactly what happened. It was a very positive review for the most part. It was like, all the numbers were great. The spin was phenomenal. Everything across the board, durability had improved. Everything, the new logo's awesome. I actually don't mind the golf ball. It's still probably going to end up in the top 20, top 30, most likely. It's just not for me because, it's not forgiving anymore, and it's a little firmer. And the comments have been overwhelmingly, dang, that sucks. I'm not going to play it anymore. Like I would say probably 85 to 90% of the comments were like really disappointed. And that's, it shows that a lot of people are realizing that the forgiveness factor and losing a couple yards, but being more consistent and being in fairways is so much more important. And it really is. It really is. It shaved 5-6 strokes off my game when I started realizing, okay, as long as I stay in the fairway and I don't need that extra 2-3 yards and I don't need a ton of rip back, I just need to get it from the tee box to the fairway and then on the green. And now I'm firing 78s and 79s. And so it's real. So that's interesting. So I kind of felt bad for him. I haven't talked to him since. I hope he doesn't view it as a negative light, because it's not a negative review. It's just, it depends on who you are. Love the Boost. Yeah, the Boost, man, $10 a dozen. That's our big surprise from last year. I want to try the Boost, but I'm worried my swing speed might be too much for it. Well, here's the thing, dude. Go try it. It's $10 a dozen. If you don't like it, then you're out $10. I mean, that's better than like going and buying a Pro V1, where like if you buy a Pro V1, you're $60 out and you're like, oh man, I don't like it. Like $10, go ahead and go try the Boost. Your local Walmart. He's talking about the fairway mud balls. Okay, so they don't like to. So okay, I get that. I mean, yeah, that's tough. It depends on the conditions. If I had my own golf league, if I had a golf ball addict golf league, and like there was heavy rain and it was wet and it was nasty, I might say, okay, hey, for this tournament, yes, you can wipe and clean your ball. But if it's just normal conditions and it hasn't been raining and I'd be like, I don't know. It's kind of a play it where it lies thing. So I don't know. I'm sure that debate could go both ways. Hey, Nick, I'm curious how the AVX would test. Yes. So I am currently, I love, Stephen, this triple review thing we've been doing lately where we, do the 3 golf balls. Like, I think I love that because the graphic looks really clean. The feedback's been awesome. And it allows me to test and review more golf balls faster because instead, of just doing one ball, 3 days later, one ball, 3 days later, one ball, it's 3, 3, 3. And so now we've done 9 and what used to be 3. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the new Pro V1, the new Pro V1X, and the AVX. It'll be the 2024, of course, all together. And that'll be within the month for sure because I've already got it. I'm working on getting them. So it's coming. Tight leaderboard is the best. Absolutely. I love a tight leaderboard. I love some underdogs. I really love to see some guys win it who just haven't, or I love to see, the guys who, obviously when Rory's there, it's nice. Rory's kind of the face of the league right now, and DeChambeau's kind of a polarizing figure. But when you get a bunch of underdogs in there, I love that. And I love seeing guys win it for the first time. Like, it might be their only moment, like you see so much emotion because it might be their only one. Played the boost today, lost 6 and didn't mind at $10 a dozen. That's what it's all about, man. You lost, $5 from losing 6 golf balls. The new Legato is an L for me. I don't like the new logo or alignment aid. The only thing they needed to do was get rid of the LTX. Yeah. And then there's going to be some people that don't like that. I did like the new design, but from my understanding also, I believe because of the golf ball factory fire issue, and I'm not 100% on this, but I'm pretty sure because of that, they had to switch factories. And I think that's why they changed the feel and everything. But again, I felt they were in the middle, and I felt they could have gone one or two directions. They could have gone more tour ball-like, or they could have gone more value tour. I wish they had gone more value tour, but again, a lot of these golf ball companies, when they're looking at research and development, they just don't even really think about it. They just go to these really good golfers and go, what would you like? And you got a guy +5 handicap, a bend in the Pro V1 left and right. And he's like, yeah, I wish it was a little firmer and more responsive and I had more bendability. But you forget that on the box, it says helps you break 90. And that's, I think, that was a great comment. I was actually Ronnie Prater, I believe. He made a comment and said, oh, so it doesn't allow you to break 90 anymore. And as soon as he said that, I was like, I'd forgotten all about that. But yeah, they forgot because it's no longer a ball helping you to break 90. I think it's helping you break 80. So interesting. But it happens. They're not the first one. And Legato's going to be fine. I think they're going to come out with another golf ball. I think it's going to be more of a 2-piece forgiving model. I hope it's phenomenal when they do. I hope it's great because it would be great for them. It would be great for the market. It'd be great for you guys. Wonder if Legato will make a 4-piece ball again. Yeah, again, I think they're going to make a 2-piece. I think their plan is to make something a little more forgiving. So let's hope. We'll see. Have you played the 2-piece urethane truss Panther? Yes, I have. I have tested it. I don't want to give the whole review away, but you guys are here, so I'll give you a little snippet, a little tidbit. The truss Panther. Let's see the numbers. Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So here's what I'll say. I don't want to give the whole review away on this Truss Panther, but this is why when people talk about the urethane versus the iometer, it's kind of like talking about the 2-piece versus 3-piece argument. 20 years ago, that argument was a different argument than it is today. The technology has just advanced so much that people are like, man, I don't want to play a 2-piece. I really need that spin. I won't say what ball it is, but I just tested a 2-piece today that gets more spin than the Maxfly Tour S, the TaylorMade Tour Response, the Titleist TrueFeel, the Kirkland, the Bridgestones, Wilson Triad, all of it. Like it gets better than almost all of it. Okay, Triad's a little high, so maybe not that one, but it's a 2-piece and it gets legit more 50-yard spin than all of them. It's the same thing with the cover. The Truss Panther is a 2-piece urethane, but I'm looking at the pitching wedge spin, and I kid you not, it's the lowest I've seen this year. It's the lowest I've seen. It's so low, it almost wouldn't stick a green. And so the question I would ask is, okay, you got the urethane ball. You think it's going to grip the green more. Is it worth sacrificing 1,000 RPM spin? Because I have a two-piece golf ball right above it that gets 1,000 RPM more spin with the pitching wedge, but it's iometer. I don't know. To me, I'll take the iometer. I'll take the 1,000 RPM. That's tough. But without giving too much away, the Trust Panther is there's some areas that are lacking and there's some areas that are decent. I think it'll fall middle of the pack. Now, there's the Trust Aurora, which I'm going to be doing with it. Might stick around for that one. Maybe. Looking at those numbers. But we'll see. Okay. Where were we? Oh, guys, I love the questions. Keep them coming. I love this. There's no better place. There's nowhere I would rather be than Friday night hanging out with you all. You guys are the best. A GBA tournament would be fun. Yeah, it would. I'd put a windmill right in the middle of the fairway. A giant windmill right in the middle of the fairway. Good luck getting around that. Have fun. When it comes to putting, is there a big difference between the Vice Pro and Pro Plus? Not a big difference. The Pro Plus definitely is clickier because it's also 4-piece. I would say 4-piece golf balls, in my experience, are more buttery and crispy when you putt them. They really have that professional feel to them usually. Usually you'll hear the click. You'll feel a firm press in your hands. That's kind of the Pro Plus. As far as distance control and things like that and all that, no, not a big difference, but it is in the feedback and the feel. I would say that forgiveness-wise, the Pro's a little better. The Pro Plus, if you do mishit it a little bit, it doesn't go quite as far. But as far as feel and feedback, the Pro Plus is legit. I love it. So either way, though, that's just a personal preference. You'll get used to it. That's the thing with putting is you'll get used to it one way or the other. They're not night and day. Have you reviewed 2 new sugar balls yet? Not yet, but they're coming, I promise. I'm just trying to get through the list, but I'm really excited to review those. Ulti Speed is my new go-to ball. Shoot my best round with it. Thank you. Yeah, that was a big surprise. And you know what? I'm truthfully really glad that ball did well because as you guys know, I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't care if a golf ball does good or bad. I mean, I hope all golf balls do good, but I don't really care if they do or not. I couldn't care less. I test the golf balls. I give you the numbers. I try to take as much personal opinion out of it as possible. And I just say, listen, this is what the numbers are. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it whatever? But I get so much flack for not liking Srixon, and I mean, people are like, oh, I love Srixon so much. How can you? I just did the top 5 favorite golf brands. And I mean, I got railed in those comments for no Srixon. You lost all credibility. And it's like, I want to like Srixon. 3-4 years ago, Srixon was my top 2. I mean, it was incredible. But when I test 6 of your golf balls and 2 of them test okay and one test, all right, mediocre, and then the other ones are I can't, like, the numbers are the numbers. And so I'm really, really glad that golf ball did well because now maybe it gives Srixon something to build on, and I would love to see that. But I have the new Z Stars this year. I can't wait to test those. That'll be a triple review. I can't wait to do that. I'm going to retest the soft feel. We're going to have the soft feel and the squishy competition. So there's room here. I hope Srixon does really well. I'd love that because there's a lot of you who really like Srixon a lot. And I noticed that. I mean, your guys' opinions matter. So I see that. I want that to be my experience, but it isn't. I test a golf ball, I lose 5 yards, and then I get railed. And it's like, why don't you like Srixon? Well, I lose 5 yards with every ball. I don't know what to do. So I love that. I love that review. I love that for Srixon, and I love that for you guys too. Happy for about, yep, I am too. You got to try the 2025 Maxfly Softfly and Gloss White. Awesome golf ball. Well, Ryan, I won't give you anything yet, but I have tested it, and I was surprised in a good way because the Maxfly Softfly did test well, but I was surprised at what kind of golf ball it is. There's a golf ball that it's very similar to, or I feel it's very close to, and I would not have guessed that. That's all I'll say. As far as the Maxfly, we'll go ahead and transition into that real quick. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow night. I'm going to try my hardest. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow night, but I'm going to try. If not, it'll be Sunday morning. But you're going to get a triple review, Softfly, Straight fly, tri fly. Okay. I'm really excited for that one. A lot of people have been like, that's what we want. And so I moved it up. I did all that. I've been testing them. So I'm very excited to see how that goes. But that should be tomorrow or the next day. So stick around for that one. It's going to be a good one. You probably already know this, but did you see you got name dropped by PXG on their new commercial? It's awesome. Congrats. Running like 3 times per hour on the Golf Network. Really? That's good. You know, I've tried to stay humble through this whole PXG thing. I was really happy most of all for the community because, you know, we as a community, golf ball addicts have not really been validated that much. You know, no one really takes us seriously in the realm of golf balls, and maybe that's fair. Maybe we haven't earned anything yet. You know, it does bother me sometime when I see these influencers come out with reviews of golf balls, and I'm like, oh, well, what golf balls have you tested? And they're like 3. And I'm like, you're not a golf ball tester. You just got paid by this, you know, and I don't mean to call them out, but it's like, if you've only reviewed 3 golf balls in 1 year, they just offered you money and you took it because you're an influencer, you know? And so, I don't know. It kind of bothers me, but I wanted us to be validated. You know, I wanted some form of recognition for everything we've done over the last 5 years. Not just me, but you guys, because you're part of this. And when I saw it go on the website, I was like, okay, that's validation. That's all I need. We're good. Someone recognized us. Someone said, hey, Golf Ball Addict said this, and it's important. Number 1, number 2. To see it in a commercial, though, is like, and little backstory on the commercial. PXG emailed me and was like, hey, you know, we're playing around with the commercial. This is a really rough edit. We don't know what we're going to do with it. What do you think? I watched it. I was like, looks good to me. I mean, you know, yeah, you guys can use my name. I don't care. Like, that's awesome. I love that, you know, and to have, you know, the Parsons voice on there, you know, say my channel name was like really butterfly. You know, I love that. And I was just like, yeah, no, that looks great. And then I didn't hear anything else. And then all of a sudden, like 2 weeks later, I'm getting emails and it's like, hey, I saw your commercial on TV. I didn't even know it was going to happen. You know, truth be told. So that's awesome. That's really good for everyone. What's the best ball for mid-handicap, fast swinger, straighter, flying? But again, I'd have to go through some stuff. If anybody ever wants a golf ball recommendation, you can email me. I'm not super fast at getting to them right now because I'm getting a lot of them every day, but it gives me time. I have to go in and look at the numbers off the top of my head, just so I give you an answer. A mid handicap, a fast swinger. It depends. It depends on your skill level. You did say straighter flying. Maxfly Straight Fly is a great place to start. It's cheap. It's inexpensive. You can also do like the Callaway Warbird. I heard for faster swingers is great. I don't like it, but people who are faster swingers have emailed me and like they swear by it. So I don't know if that's one worth trying. It's relatively, you know, I don't have numbers on it yet, but the Pinnacle Distance, the long drive golf ball this year, I love that thing. I've played it on the course. It has just a 5 out of 5 feel. It goes straight. It goes long. It's like butter off the club. I mean, that might be one to try. I think you get 20 balls for $15 or 15 balls for $20. Excuse me. Love that ball. Yeah, I would start with those. Hey, John, good to see you. Joey Jojo Jr. What a name. Love that. For someone looking for a forgiving ball that can stick and hold the greens well, what would you recommend? Let's see. A forgiving ball that can stick and hold greens well. So Srixon Ulti Speed, it depends on whether or not you need a 2-piece or a 3-piece or for, you know, your skill. But Srixon Ulti Speed is really good. Very forgiving, very consistent, still sticks greens. There was one I did. Wilson Triad is pretty amazing. I'm not going to lie. Members Mark's not a bad golf ball for that, just because you're not going to get a ton of distance with it. But if you're looking for something that's just easy, forgiving, lots of spin, good checkup, good feel, it's urethane, you know, it's not expensive, dollar golf ball. I don't think that golf ball is going to win any awards by any means, but for something that's just forgiving and knocking some strokes off, that might not be bad. Stick around though, because I've tested some that have not come out in a review, and there's a couple I would really like to recommend to you, but I don't want to give too much away, without because there's some good numbers on here. Have you played with a certain ball that noticeably blew up your round and you believe it was strictly the ball? Great question. Have I ever done that? Yes. So being a golf ball addict, most of the time I know what I'm getting into. I don't play anything, but one time, and this is what started the hate, was the E12. A buddy of mine, I think it was Alex actually, bought the E12. He had a sleeve of it, and I think I had lost all mine. We were playing a scramble, and we were trying a bunch of hero shots. This was a long time ago. And he was like, well, I have a sleeve of this E12. And every shot I hit with it was just out of bounds or just like low and just awful. I lost confidence within 2 or 3 holes of using that golf ball. And when I say lose confidence, I don't mean like, hey, I was at an 8 out of 10 and now I'm a 6 out of 10. I mean, it went down to a 1. I felt like I couldn't even grip the club anymore. I was like, do I even know what I'm doing? I don't even know what sport I'm playing. What am I doing here? And it was horrendous. And that's kind of what started my hate of the E12. Then I tested it, saw the numbers were crap, and said, oh, okay, I'm bad, but the golf ball's worse. And the numbers from that first testing were just some of the worst I've ever seen, by far. That's a great question. Yeah, that's a really great question. Do the Strixon distance too? I'm going to, absolutely. Also, what's the difference between the Warbird Distance Plus, and the Diablo? So the Warbird Distance Plus is just the new model of the Warbird. It's the 2025 version or whatever. And then Diablo is the 3-piece model. So, and I usually do like the Diablo. I can't wait. They have a new Diablo model this year. I can't wait to test it. But yeah, the old Warbird's the old Warbird, and you still have a 2-piece Distance Plus, and then you have a 3-piece Diablo. Congrats. Stay humble. Always will. Yeah, always will. One thing, the thing is about this channel. So when I made this channel, my goal was always to move the bar, but my original goal was I'd love to make like $100 a month off of it. I'd love to just make like enough money to go golfing. You know what I mean? I'd love to. Oh, it'd be cool if someone sent me a rangefinder. Like that was my original goals. And now I'm at a point where there's a decent chance that by the end of this year, this will be my full-time job. And I'll be able to do this full-time and, not get rich off of it. I don't know if that'll ever happen. I don't really care if I do or not. I'm just happy that I can do this because I love doing this. And I don't think I've ever mentioned this before, not to get super personal, but I went through my ringer of jobs. I had a failed company. Some golf ball addicts will know I was a painter for a while. And I had my own company, and I failed at that. And I've bounced around. I've sold clothing for Men's Warehouse. I've worked at Best Buy. I've worked for an auto parts warehouse. I've worked at a paint store. I've worked every job I can't stand. I get bored. I end up feeling, I know this is going to sound kind of not humble, but I end up feeling like the smartest guy in the room because I have a lot of passion, and I'd go into these places and I'd be like, hey, we could be the best store if we just do this. Hey, we could be the best if we do. And there was a lot of people who just didn't have the same passion as me. And when they don't, I give up because my big thing was always, hey, you're the manager here. If I care more than you, there's a problem. And that's probably my biggest weakness. And I move from job to job. And when I now know that this can be my career and I can just be in control of it and I don't have to work for, that's the best blessing I could ever ask for. I don't care what, I don't care about being Rick Shields. I don't care about signing deals. I don't care about playing with Bryson DeChambeau. I couldn't care about any of that. I'm just really blessed that I can spend more time with my kids. I can spend time with you guys on Friday night, and I can do this for a living. And I don't have to worry about going and working 40 hours at a paint store anymore, and that's always for me the biggest blessing. So, it makes it easy, and it makes it to where, is it hard turning down money all the time from these companies? It can be, absolutely. I mean, I like doing it. It's kind of funny to watch their reactions, but it makes it worth it. because I'd rather have, what we have now than have what I see some of these influencers have. I don't want that. Whew, had a strong apple juice. So strong you got to chase it. All right, let's see. Great approach reviewing 3 balls per episode. Yeah, no, I think it is too. I originally was really hesitant on it. And that's why I learned a few years ago, listen to the community, because there was stuff for years that I was like, I don't want to do. And I finally did it. And I was like, I'm an idiot. I should have just done it 3 years ago. TikTok is one of those. I didn't want to get on TikTok. And in the 2 months I've been on TikTok, I have double the amount of followers I have on Instagram. I've been on Instagram for 5 years. So in 2 months on TikTok, I have double the, and so I'm kicking myself. I'm like, gosh dang it, Nick, if you had just signed up earlier, like 3 years ago, you could be making money on TikTok maybe, or how many subscribers would have came? Who knows? I kick myself over that. Pinnacle Rush, you mean? I mean the Pinnacle Distance, but the Rush is great too. The Rush is great too, but I'm going to have the Distance reviewed soon. And I'm actually going to do the Distance in a triple review. I'm going to do the Pinnacle Soft, Pinnacle Rush, and Pinnacle Distance all together, because the Rush and the Soft need a re-review also. It's been a couple years. So been playing the Zip a lot this year. Would you consider retesting it? Yes. To see how it would test out with your new swing? Absolutely. Yeah, there's a couple balls like that one, the Precept Laddie. Those are golf balls that need a retest. It's been 3 or 4 years, and you know how it is. Time flies. I go back and look at the review, and I'm like, yeah, that was 2 years ago, and then YouTube's like 4 years ago, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it probably needs to be reviewed. So that's coming this year. The worst part about losing a Nitro is knowing someone else might find it. You have to destroy it. It's like the ring. You know what I mean? You got to take it to the volcano and put it in, the fire. You cannot let anyone else find it. When's the sugar review coming? Very soon. I know very soon. It's actually at the top right over here. It'll be within a month or two, but it's definitely coming. It'll be a triple review, all their models. I can't wait. I'm a little nervous about their pricing, but hopefully the golf balls test really, really well. But they're golf balls right now, because they changed how they're packaged. They're in a pack of 8 instead of a pack of 27. They're like $4 a golf ball. I think the 2-piece model is like $250 a golf ball, but like they're normal. And I'm nervous about that, because the rule: high price, high expectations. Oh, you had an 8 out of 10 performance? Well, that's not good enough because you're $4 a golf ball. I hate being that way, but it is what it is. What's your thoughts on Wilson Dynamax or Dynapower Max clubs? I love Wilson clubs. They came out with that Dynapower series a couple years ago. They have different variations, but I love them. I think they're awesome. They're underrated. Most Wilson stuff is. There's a couple of members at work who have them, and they look great. And, I've asked them, hey, how do you like them? And their eyes light up. They're like, won't use anything else. And so I have to believe that they're just fantastic. If money were not an issue, which ball are you playing to determine the master of the universe? I'm assuming you're just asking, if money was no issue, which golf ball would I play? So right now, the only answer for me is the PXG, because it was number 1 and number 2. So, it makes sense. Now, I will admit, the Srixon Ulti-Speed has me intrigued, because it's just so accurate. Every time I play with it, I've only played with it for a couple weeks, but every time I play with it, it's just like I hit a shot and I think, oh, not great. And I look up and it's in the middle of the fairway, and I just go, oh, thank you. And then I hit the approach shot and I go, a little off the toe. It's going to be left. Oh, 5 feet from the pin. Never mind. I love it. Like, there's so much forgiveness and accuracy packed into that ball that, although I do love the PXG, I think it's super far. It's feel is amazing. It's like a rocket launcher. There are times when I'll close the face a little bit, and yeah, it's a tour ball. It is going to go a little left. I end up left of the green a little bit. And so, even though I love that golf ball, that Ulti-Speed really has me intrigued. I also, if Wilson wanted to send me a few triads my way, just like, hey, here's a couple boxes, wouldn't mind playing those either. Like, those are fantastic right now. If you only play strictly on a simulator, what golf ball would you pick for yourself? Strictly on a simulator. Okay, so that would be off a turf. And it was on a simulator. That would definitely be the UltiSpeed then. That would definitely be the UltiSpeed. 1000%. Because everything's just a simulation. So yeah, the whole like the green side checkup is good on that ball, but it's not the simulator is not really going to notice. Would you see a stripe on a Pinnacle ball before a Pro V1? Just don't see a stripe. Yeah. Well, that's a good point, actually. So Titleist was the last to the game in the alignment tool. And it was kind of funny because Titleist, one of the funny things about them is that they have really ridden the success of the Pro V1 forever. Like they had a winner. They knew it. They were like, let's throw as much marketing and build as much reputation with this golf ball as we can, and it's lasted them 20-25 years, and it's going to continue. Excuse me. And I mean that's great, but they are kind of traditionalist, and when all these like stripes were coming out and everything, like I remember hearing through the grapevine that Titleist was like, that's all gimmicks, that's not us, we're a brand on tradition and this and that. And then all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute, they're selling out. The stripes sold how much? People want it. The comments are saying what? And they're like, well, we got to put an alignment tool. And so eventually you'll see it for sure. I think you'll see it on a Titleist before you see it on a Pinnacle though. But yeah, you got to do it. And you can make it look classy. You can do a nice alignment tool and make it look good. I mean, you can. So I don't know why they're being such sticklers about that. I want to donate to your page, but I don't know how to. Can you share with the group how to do so? Best of luck. I don't have any way to just donate without being a member. I know people who have iPhones or Apple for some reason don't see the join as a membership. Right now, I'll work on that. I know there are people who have reached out and just said, hey, I want to donate to the channel. And I'm sure there's a way to do that. Actually, there's a way. Actually, I think there's a way right here in the chat. You should see it says chat, and it says like there's a heart and there's different emojis and stuff. Does anyone see like the little dollar sign down there at the bottom of the chat that says show your support for Golf Ball Addict? Like if you click that, what does it do? I don't know what that does. Either way, I'll figure out something. I know some of the social media stuff you can buy like badges or whatever. I don't know. I've never been into that, but I know some of you really want to, so I'll try. Right now, the only ways I know of is A, buy a t-shirt, or B, join the membership, which is the subscribe button. Once you hit the subscribe button turns into join, and then you can do it that way. If you have an Apple device, for some reason, people are having issues, you can go to a desktop or a laptop or something, anything else, and you can do it that way. But that's all I got right now. Thank you very much. I do appreciate the support, guys. Looking forward to you doing a top 10 or top 5 of non-urethane. Yep, going to be lots of top 10s this year for sure. Going to be lots of top 5s, top 10s. I've really tried to get this list tightened up and buttoned up as much as possible. That way, when the end of the year comes, I can confidently say like, yeah, these are the top 10 of this, and this is the top 10 of that, and this is the, and I can just be confident 100% in what I'm saying. So far, season 5 has been phenomenal with what we've done. So can't wait to share that with you. There's actually been so many ideas I've had for videos, and I've been like, nah, I can't do that yet because I don't have enough data collected. When I have the data collected, I can make the video, but yeah, that's going to be fun. Perfect. Hey, we got to the bottom of the list. Does anyone else have any other questions? I got 46 people on here. Love hanging out with you guys. Yeah, no, it's been a good day. This is pretty cool. I like this. If you guys have seen this yet, this is the Max Fly. See if I can get it in camera there. Yeah, there we go. That's what the soft fly and tri fly, you can get in this paint splatter, and they come in all kinds of different colors, kind of like the drip a little bit, but it's got like a, spray paint on the front there, a color, and then alignment tool. That's pretty cool. And then the tri fly I bought, at first I was disappointed because it had like no alignment tool, but this has got the dollar signs on it, and it's actually like a PIX model. Like you actually line up the pictures, as you can see. Oh, sorry, I'm doing a terrible job at that. And the PIX lines up, and that's kind of cool. So yeah, that's coming either tomorrow or the next day, those, but that's pretty cool. And you can get the pack where the color isn't like, I just chose pink, but you can get like a sample where it's orange, pink, blue, and something else or whatever. Graffiti, yeah, that's what it is. Let's see. I like the pick version, yeah. And actually, it's funny. I wanted the skull version, but they were sold out at the time. That's the money version. Excuse me. But they also have a skull version that's really cool, and I like that. My nephew is relatively new to golf, just broke 100. What golf ball would you recommend for a new golfer? How old is your nephew? Is he younger, or is he like 18, 19? What, I mean, do you have any information on that? Because it is going to depend on his swing speed and stuff. If 16, okay. 16. So, if you're just now breaking 100, he needs a soft, forgiving two-piece. He needs something that's going to stay in the fairway. Definitely, look at Pinnacle Rush, maybe Pinnacle Distance, depending on the swing speed. Your Max Fly Straight Fly, your Max Fly Soft Fly, either of those would be great. Just stick to a two-piece, stick to something that has a lot of forgiveness. When you're trying to break 100, it's really about just staying in the fairway and staying on the green. And, when Alex, my buddy, was going through it, he was just struggling with out of bounds all the time, out of bounds or penalty strokes, and they add up. Getting something that has not a lot of side spin is really, really, really important. I haven't tested a lot from this year that I see as far as, the number wise, but yeah, any of those is really good. Let me go to my other sheet here real quick because I have a last year's sheet too. Wilson Boost might not be bad. I mean, that's $10 for a dozen. It's really inexpensive. You don't have to worry about losing them, but it's very straight. We were just talking about that one. Love that. Speed Soft Ink is great. That Speed Soft Ink from TaylorMade, it's a little more expensive, but it's nice. I like it a lot. Gray, right, this one, nope, Chrome. Boy, this list is a mess. That's why I'm glad I did it differently this year. Yeah, I'd say that's a good place to start. I don't see much of anything else really that jumps off the page at me. If any, I mean, you guys also Golf Ball Addicts, if I'm looking at it. Legato or Triad? I'm using Legato. I mean, right now Triad, because if I have to, I mean, the old one, I don't know. We'd have to do a comparison. But when it comes to the new one, even though the numbers are great, I like the feel and the forgiveness and just how the ball reacts. I like it better with the Triad for sure. So that would be my go-to right now between the two. Did you ever use the premium Nike balls? I sure did. Don't remember all models. RZN. Yeah, RZN made it for a while. And then, Bridgestone made them forever. And then, Nike changed all the time. But, man, they had, like, Vapor Black and stuff. And, I mean, their golf balls. I never knew which one I was using because it's always so confusing. But Nike made some awesome stuff. Like, really, really good. Real quick, Dustin, is the Laddie a good choice? Yes, it is. Now, depending on his swing speed, if he's 16 and he's ripping it, 105, 110 mile an hour, maybe not. But if he's ripping it 90, like an average swing, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely it would be. Let's see, where were we? What is your number one Wilson golf ball ever? What is the worst? Number one, I think I got to give it for this year's Triad. I mean, I love the Zip and I love the Boost, but if you're asking me what the best ball just from front to back, I mean, the value's great, the technology's insane, the performance is awesome. I like the Triad a lot. I also do love the Wilson Staff, but is it for me? No, it's probably for a little bit more of an advanced golfer. The Boost is legit. So is the Zip. Man, Wilson just does so many great golf balls. Yeah, I'd probably have to give it to the Triad, but you got to understand that's a tight list. That's a tight leaderboard. Hey, Nick, love the channel. What would be your top recommendation for a super slow swinger newish to golf? I don't know right now, Tom, but I do know that we're getting ready to do the squishy competition, so just stick around. Pretty soon, I'm going to know exactly which golf ball is the best for slow swingers. We're going to know very, very soon. And when that happens, it's going to be awesome. I've already started the preliminary, which, by the way, I'll just go ahead and say it because I got 37 of you on here. If there's any golf balls you think should be in the squishy competition, meaning 65 compression or less for really slow swingers, be sure to put them in a comment somewhere where I can see them, or email, whatever. I've already got a big list of golf balls that are in it, but I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to do the competition and then someone be like, well, what? You didn't include this one? And I'm like, oh, I forgot. So if you have ideas, let me know, because I'm getting ready to start testing very soon within the next week. So we'll know. I'm swinging about 110 mile per hour and get horrible readings on the TrackMan sims while using high compression golf balls. Great results on the course, though. Yeah, course testing is so much different than simulation testing, because I run into this issue all the time where people will say, hey, I love this golf ball and I do great with it on the course. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Like, does that mean you're driving it farther than any other golf ball? And they'll say, oh, yeah, I am. And I'm like, okay, cool. What did you put it up against? And they're like, well, I play hole 1, and last week I played with this golf ball, and then I played with this golf ball this week, and I hit it a little further. And I'm like, that means nothing. Last week you could have hit one off the toe, and maybe you didn't realize it, and you're in the middle. Course testing is important, but you'll never get the actual data that you need unless you're in a simulator. Because a simulator, it's like I say all the time, the numbers are the numbers. They're going to just give it to you straight. You can go out to the course and play a golf ball that you in your mind think is great, and then you compare it in a simulator with something else, and you're like, I'm missing out on 10 yards per shot. And I've had people where they play great, because I think you asked this question in a while back on the Addict episode, and it was a great question. But I've had people who are like, oh, I just love this golf ball, it's the best. And I say, okay, cool, we'll try this one. And they go, oh, I hate it, man. I flew every green. And I'm like, you flew every green because you got more yards. I'm like, so is the issue that you just need to get used to the golf ball, or is the issue that you're hitting it too far? Because are you complaining about less distance? And then they'll kind of go, oh, yeah, I guess I did hit it too far. Okay, yeah, well, okay, so yeah, and oh, and I didn't like it because I was 3 or 4 feet past the hole every time when I was chipping it. And I'm like, well, right, it's going to have different. I said, but can't you just adjust that? Well, yeah, I guess I could. It's like, you got to remember, you can get used to something that isn't great. You can get used to something that's actually not your optimal. So what you want to do is you want to find something in the simulator that's phenomenal and optimal and everything. It's checking all those boxes. Yes, 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 yes. And then take it to the course. And if on the course you're saying yes, 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 that's how you know you found the one. I wouldn't do it the opposite. I wouldn't do it to where you test it on the course and go, oh, I love that, and then go to the simulator, because the course can be very tricky. It can be very deceiving. There's a lot of luck. The simulator is always just going to give it to you straight. That's just my recommendation. It's how I've seen it. But yeah, great question. You had a great question a couple weeks ago. I appreciate all of your engagement. You usually ask some really good questions. Yeah, and I just saw your comment below. I would need to see the numbers side by side, because I need to know exactly what numbers you're talking about. Are you talking about distance? Are you talking about spin? Are you talking? But again, it's just one of those things where, again, that TrackMan's not going to steer you. The simulator's not going to steer you wrong. Numbers are numbers, and that data is the data. They're 99.9% accurate most of the time, unless you're using a really bad one. But even then, it's still like 90%. Is there a spreadsheet available? No, I don't have a spreadsheet right now. It'll be available at the end of this year. I'll release it to the public for free. Thank you. And he has a slow swing speed. A slow swing speed. Then yeah, it definitely stick to like your Maxfli soft fly, something forgiving like that. Pinnacle soft, Pinnacle rush, all those. He can try a bunch of different ones, but allow him to get some experimentation and start asking him questions like, hey, what do you like about this golf ball? When he hits the rush, say, hey, that's a little firmer than the soft. Did you like that better? And start to feel that out a little bit, and just nothing heavy, but just light questions. And that way he understands, okay, I like a firmer ball, or I like a softer ball, or, I like I don't mind losing distance. I like it when it's on the green. Or, oh, I don't mind not having enough chipping because I play on big green. It's that kind of stuff. Just get the questions rolling. And then, pretty soon when he's ready, he'll break 90. And then before no, it'll be on tour and it'll all be great. Would you recommend the Top Flight Gamer as a starter ball for beginner? As long as they're swinging fast enough, absolutely. If you're swinging at least 85 mile an hour, 90 mile an hour, absolutely. New Duo Soft, yeah. Triad really better than the Boost. I mean, again, it's tough. You're talking about a two-piece golf ball that's like a distance golf ball versus a advanced value tour kind of mid handicap. They're just two different golf balls. I mean, for me, I would choose the Triad. Remember, that question was, well, I guess that question was, and I was thinking, no money, money's no object, but yeah. Played the Wilson Boost today, shot my best score of the year so far. Boy, the Boost is just incredible. Just bought the Veteran Dad and Brother some Navy PXG balls based. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I love the PXG. Love to take care of our heroes. Just bought my Veteran Dad. Thank you for your dad service. And next time you see him, thank him for me. Yeah, cool. Love it, guys. Boost versus Laddie Extreme, average swing speed. I mean, I've tested the Boost more recently, so there's some recency bias, but you're not going to go wrong with either of those golf balls. I can't wait to retest the Laddie Extreme. I almost wonder if we should do like a Wilson Boost versus a Laddie Extreme versus a Wilson Zip or something like that. Like that seems like that needs to happen because those are all golf balls that like are kind of the pinnacle ones for the channel, Favorite golf ball you ever putted? Worst golf ball you ever putted? What was the worst one I ever putted? I think the worst one I've ever putted was like the Big Crusher or the Wilson Ultra 500. Like those were bad. Best one ever, there was an old Maxfly Tour model from a couple years ago that was absolute butter. I always enjoy putting with, like a Chrome Tour is not bad if I remember correctly. It was one of the Callaways that did really well. The Z-Star Diamond usually putts really well, really crisp. Love what they do around the green there. Yeah, those are my top three for sure. I'm trying to look through here and remember if there was one in particular, but I know it's very rarely I see a golf ball anymore that just really lights up my eyes when I putt it. It occasionally happens, but it's very, very rare. Sorry, trying to find where we're at. There we go. Distance is a big one. I get 1 to 2 clubs less in distance with high compression. The only thing I can think of is maybe you're playing on really, really firm fairways. And if that's the case, then maybe you're just getting more rollout. If it's with irons too, and you're talking on the green, it's hard to just say without seeing anything, but that's very strange. I've never heard of anybody getting worse results in a simulator and then taking to the course and just getting a club and a half longer. Like that seems there's something going on there. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like the difference between hitting off a mat and hitting off grass. Maybe you're just better on grass. I mean, there's so many factors it could be. Gosh, that's a great question. I'll ask around. I'll see what I can find out. I'll ask around, but I don't have an answer. I wish I had a better answer for you. Wish the Laddie Extreme came in yellow. Yeah, they need an updated design too. Yeah, see, I mean, you're telling me on the simulator, you can't get it to carry over 245, but then on the course, you get it to carry 270. Where do you live? Let me ask you that. Where do you live at? What's your swing speed? Okay, so you're in Canada, okay. And what's your swing speed? I'll go on to the next one, and then hopefully yeah, Zip versus Boost. That would be good. I think that would be awesome. Better hitting out of the rough than hitting out of the fairway. Yeah, because the rough has a little bit more forgiveness. You can blade it and get away with it. Currently playing the Vice Pro Air, but it is too soft for the hot summer. Change to the Pro or Wilson Triad. I mean, I'd go Pro first because you're already used to Vice and you know the discount, you know the ball. Yeah, it should be good. Okay, so 105, 115, depending on the day. Obviously, middle of the summer, the numbers get boosted due to the heat. You're correct. So, what I would ask you is in your TrackMan settings, have you ever gone? No, hold on a second. Elevation. Let me see here. See, and you're not really that high above the level. Because here's the other weird thing too is that with a swing speed of 105, like if you actually did swing 105 mile an hour, based on generic testing, 105 would be a carry of about 240 yards, and that's at sea level. I mean, that's at sea level on a simulator because I'm getting 230 carry with 95 mile an hour. If I swing 105 mile an hour with my driver, like if I really take a big daddy hack and just try to murder it, and I do hit it well, I only get about 240 carry. And so, and also that's the other thing, 105 to 115, that's such a big disparity. I mean, 115 would go 280 probably, 290. So, I mean, you're talking, I mean, is it possible that in the simulator, you're just not swinging as fast? I mean, sometimes people get simulator scared. And I don't mean that as offensive, but like, I know sometimes when I'm in the simulator, I don't swing as fast because you're inside or you're in something and you just don't want to rip it as much. But like, that's a huge disparity. Yeah, that's sea level. Yeah. 240 is a miss hit. Yeah. That's strange. If you are really swinging that fast, then you do need a higher compression golf ball for sure. It's just going to be whether or not you left and right. If you're finding yourself out of bounds a lot, I would go back to a two-piece. But if you're actually able to keep it in play, then yeah, I mean, with that swing speed, high compression should be what you're doing. If you're swinging 115 mile an hour, an X model golf ball is what you should be doing. 100%. Yeah, I don't know then, man. I do say that if you are swinging 100, Q-Star Tour, I know that's what you mentioned earlier. Q-Star Tour is way too soft for 115 mile an hour. It just, yeah, no. You need to be playing X for sure. That is strange, though. I'll have to look into that. PXG's Tour is currently on sale for $35 a dozen. Yep, and if you use the Golf Ball Addict code and you can get a member, what is it called? The Heroes discount. You can get them for like $27 a dozen, which is what I just got them for. Oh, it's insane. You have a regular flex? That's not right, man. You should be in an extra stiff. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check this here. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, the recommend, and this is, everyone's different. This is just a generic recommendation, but I thought so. 95 mile an hour to 110 is stiff, and over 110 is extra stiff. So a regular, you're way over a regular shaft, by far. By far. I hardly ever hit good shots in a sim. Usually just go to the Galaxy or Superstore in the winter just to swing some clubs. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, the simulator thing is real. Like it's hard for people who obviously the best simulator is going to be a situation where I'm fortunate. I love mine. Like there are some people who are like, "Hey, would you ever consider an indoor simulator?" And I'm like, maybe, but I also like being outside and I like having all the open area where I don't feel as because Alex had a simulator for a while in his garage. And I mean, you would lift the club up to see, and it would like almost hit the garage, the top. And you're like, and then you're like, okay, if I come over here and I'm like, oh, and I'm going to hit his poster. And you do kind of get like, I don't want to break anything because if you hit it and it hits that light, oh, it's scary. One time I hit it and it hit the simulator thing and jumped up and hit the ceiling and the lights. And I mean, it's scary. It's really scary. So people do get that way in a simulator. There's something about it. Sorry, give me a second here. My cat's wanting inside. Sorry, he scratches the door and he will not stop until either one of us dies or until until I lose my mind, and I just lost my mind. So glizzy or chicken salad sandwich at the turn, big dog. I'll give you. So it's going to be a glizzy. I'll tell you why. So we play this course. It's a public course, and they have great prices. You know, some places you go, the prices are ridiculous. This place you can get a hot dog and a soda for basically $4.50. The hot dog is $3, and it's a big hot dog. It's double the size of a normal hot dog, and it's delicious. It's always warm, and it's like our favorite part of going there. And there's nothing that slaps better than that glizzy at the turn. And onions, mustard. I actually will load a hot dog up with a lot of stuff, but if I only got two and I have to go two, it's mustard, onions. Life-changing. I've had my clubs for 20-ish years. Nike Ignite driver, regular flex. Took a while, but I learned to bomb it. Yeah, well, remember, you can also just go get the shaft changed out. Like, you don't have to buy a new club. You can just go get the shaft changed out for like $60 and then, you know, you have a stiff flex. So you don't have to. I mean, it could be different. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, simulator. Oh, gosh, dang it. All right. It's been an hour. I love it. Thank you guys for the engagement. Seriously. Oh, message retracted. No, hell yeah. Come on, John. You have one opportunity to play with one pro golfer who ever played in the game. Who would that be and why? Would you trash talk him or her? Well, the obvious one is Tiger Woods. I mean, of course, I would want to play with him, but I'll give you a bonus one, and that would be Payne Stewart. Payne Stewart is from Springfield, Missouri, so am I. And I love the way he dressed and, you know, just kind of that old fashioned. And I would love that. What a shame. Rest in peace. Hey, thank you, Dustin. I appreciate that. Would I trash talk him or her? Not Tiger Woods. And no, I wouldn't either. I got too much respect for both of them. I wouldn't trash talk. I'm not much of a trash talker. I try to let my game speak for itself. I try to remain humble, and then, you know, if my opponent's a trash talker and I end up winning, I'll let them know. You know, I'll be like, oh, man, maybe you should do less talking and more playing. You know, I don't know. Yeah, for sure. I mean, and it would just be better. I mean, you should at least move to a stiff, you know, regardless. If you're telling me because of the injuries and stuff, stiff definitely is where I'd start. PGA Championship after 2 rounds. Didn't have Vega on my bingo card. Yeah, no, I didn't either. Didn't have Vegas on my bingo card either. We'll do a couple more. I got a couple minutes left. We'll do a couple more. So, what course are you? What course? What are you asking? Which course I work at, or what course I like, or what course I like the hot dogs at, or what? I'm not sure what course means. Maybe I forgot. Have you met any pros? Yeah. When I was, okay. What course would you play? Okay. I'll get to that one in just a second. Have I met any pros? Yes. I've met Louis I call him used to losing, but don't tell him I said that. Someone said that to me one time. They were like, "Oh yeah, Louis used to losing," and I can't now. I think that's his name. I feel bad for the guy, but that's what I did. I met him when I was at Cabot. You know, I've met Justin Thomas and stuff because, you know, they sign autographs when they're at Valspar. I always get, you know, so I've met Brooks Koepka and Sam Burns. And I mean, most guys who come through the line, and they're all really nice and they sign autographs and you meet them briefly and they'll take pictures with you. Trying to think if there's anyone in particular that I like really stood out. No, that's probably it. Not a lot. I've met a lot of celebrities, like because at Cabot we had a lot of professional football players and basketball players and all kinds of stuff come through. So I've met plenty of those. But what course would I play? Right now, there's 2 Florida courses that I kind of have on my radar. Obviously, I want to play Sawgrass really bad, but the prices of it are kind of crazy. The other one is I do want to play Streamsong because it's fantastic. I mean, from what I understand, it's beautiful. And where like being in the quarry, there's 3 courses. I would love to make a weekend out of that. It's only like 2 hours away from my house. It's actually not that far, but it's just the money wise, haven't been able to go. But I've really wanted to go there. There's also one in I stick to Florida first just because I got to branch out eventually. But there's one called Hammock Beach, and I think that's Jack Nicklaus, I believe. And it's on the ocean, and that's really nice too. And so I can't wait. I'm gonna try to go to one of those this summer. I'm in British Columbia, basically sea level, now injured. Hope you get better. Due to trying to swing hard in the Sims, driver in the Sim, 230 on the course. Yep, 90, 5 irons, just refraction. Dang, man. Best of luck. Prayers up. Speedy recovery. Thank you. Love the show. Appreciate you guys. I went to the LPGA stop here at Brickyard, wanted to get Lexi's autograph, but she was surrounded by kids. I felt like a creeper. Yeah, I know. You know what I hate? Don't let your kids, if any of you have kids, teach them to like just take what you get. Like I couldn't believe I had kids. I had one kid, he was probably 7 or 8. And then I had another kid who was like, I'd probably 11. And every time there was a golfer that would come through, I'd be like, hey, sir, can I have your autograph? And the kids are like, can I have your glove? Can I have your 9-iron? Hey, can I have your golf bag? Hey, is that Lexus yours? Can I have it? And I'm like, dude, leave it, like stop. And I'm not kidding you. This kid would just rapid fire questions. He'd start like, can I have the Lexus? Okay, can I have your glove? Can I have your shoes? Okay, can I have your hat? And it's like, and the parents are just standing there like, he does love Lexus. And I'm like, shut your kid up. Like this guy's being nice. He's taking time out of his day to sign stuff. He's signing something for you. He's taking a picture and you're asking for his car and his wife and his dog and his kids and shut the heck up. Like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, give me a break. And I'm not kidding you. After like 35 minutes of it, I never want to just disrespect someone's kid. But there was a couple times I like just looked at him and I looked at the parents and I'm like, yeah, he's asking every single person that comes through if he can have their car and their shoes in their house. Like, are you going to come on? Like, give me a break. If that was my son, I'd be like, hey, he's signing your stuff. Like, just leave him alone. Like, he's a professional. Just let him sign it. Unbelievable. Boy, that grinds my gear. I don't know why that makes me so mad, but boy, it does. Thank you for all you do in addressing my questions, dealing with the back injury, haven't been able to play. Your page helps me get through. Yep, I love it. I love the community. I love you guys. You guys are the best. I say that at every video, but I do mean it. Like, I couldn't do this without you. First tee at Painted Mountain a couple weeks ago. Surgery coming. Prayers up, dude. I'm so sorry. There's nothing worse than that. I worked at a country club. Most pros are just nice people. Athletes, too. Their guests, on the other hand, are not the same. Yep. I'd enjoy 18 with John Daly. Well, yeah, how could you not? Yeah, booze and wings and Hooters girls all around. Yeah, and golf. Who doesn't love that? Met tons of pro athletes at their house. Being a FedEx delivery guy, don't have a problem talking to anyone. Just seemed awkward. Yeah. Yep. No, and that's the thing is that, you just got to be really like, you just can't be starstruck. When you talk to you just got to be cool with them. You know what I mean? And most of the time they'll respond when you're geeking out. They can tell when you're geeking out over them and you're starstruck and, and it's just awkward for them because, some people love it and some people don't, some people really, it makes them uncomfortable and you just got to be talking to them one-on-one, like you would anyone else. But it's hard because I'll admit I think I've told this story before, but I was working at Cabot, this black SUV comes out and, keep in mind, this is in Tampa, but, Brooksville, just north of Tampa. Black SUV comes up, first guy gets out, second guy gets out. I'm helping. I'm right there in it. Hey, I got your bag. What's your okay, cool, blah, blah, blah. And I come over to the passenger side, and this other guy gets out and closes the door and turns around, and I'm face to face with him, and it's Baker Mayfield. Now, remember, I'm a huge Bucs fan. I'm here in Tampa. He had I think he'd already had his first season. I think he was getting ready to go into his second season, or maybe it was getting ready to go into second season. He just had his first off season. And I mean, we're like face to face, and I had to regroup so quickly because it was a shock. I didn't know he was coming, and we're face to face, and I'm like, it was tough. It was really tough. I did it great though. I'm a professional. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, hey, how's it going, man? I said, I'm gonna get your golf. Which one's your bag? And he's like, oh, this one. And then he rips some smelling salts, and okay, now he just does that in the tunnel. But great guy. He was actually kind of shy. Like, he was really uncomfortable, you could tell, and he was kind of shy. And what I did was, because I wanted to talk with him, so I started talking to his buddies and laughing, having a good time. Like, where do you guys play? Oh, cool, dapping them up, everything's good. And then finally, after 10 minutes of that, he kept looking over, and then he came over and joined the conversation. And as soon as he came over and kind of got close, I just included him in the conversation. I was just like, oh, yeah, well, what's your favorite? I'm like, oh, cool, man. And I just did that, and I was able to talk to him, and that was cool. But that's how you do it. You just got to treat them like they're anyone else. Ken Griffey Jr. was pretty cool to see. I didn't get to talk to him, unfortunately, because, he was under lockdown, but I would have loved to have been able to talk to him. The only way you're going to get Tiger's glove is if he hits you. Yeah, he takes it off, slaps the crap out of you. Or if he hits you with the golf ball. Yeah. Yeah, like, Tiger, can I have your glove? No, but you hit me. Yeah, but you're in the middle of the fairway. You're not supposed to be. I'd be diving like I'm Secret Service. What are your top 3 favorite balls in your collection? Just getting into collecting. In my collection, I like... Good question. I like the Cabot ball because Cabot still carries a lot of memories for me, and I getting that Pro V1 with the Cabot logo, I love that. There's a Vice Japanese, like big fish, like a puffer fish version that I really like. It's got the Japanese lettering. I love that. There's another Vice that has a walrus on it, and it's orange. Like, there's a lot of Vice balls. I just got one that it's tailor-made, and it's got killer clowns on it. It's like a horror-themed Halloween one. That one's really cool. I like that a lot. Played around with Curtis Painter. Nice guy. Sprayed it all over the place. Yep. We just had at a tournament Darryl Strawberry come, and he was a big baseball player. I think won 3 World Series, and very tall, very nice, very nice guy. He's been through some issues, but you know what? He looks good, and he's getting through it. And he came for a good cause. It was a good, like charity thing, and he did great. He's awesome to talk to. His bag was heavy as, dude, I could barely lift the bag. And that's another thing, guys. Be smart about how much your bag weighs. I understand some of you like to load it up, and that's fine. If your bag is a little heavier, okay. But when you grunt when you lift it up, there's a problem. And I see guys all the time who are strong. They're not weaklings. And they'll come and they'll be like, okay, here's my bag. Sorry, it's kind of heavy. Ugh! And I'm like, no. Once the grunt comes out, remove the booze, remove the 8,000 golf balls you have in there. I don't care what you have in there. There's no reason a golf bag should be that heavy. Period. Point blank. You shouldn't feel like you have bricks in it. Be reasonable. That's all I'm saying. Be reasonable. What's better with daily, the beer, the women, or the wings? All right, let's rank those. Okay. Is my wife watching this? There's only 31. I doubt it. Probably not. The wings are going to be the best. The beer is going to be the second, and the women's going to be the third. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Has nothing to do with the fact that I'm afraid of my wife. All right, guys. I gave you an extra 15 minutes. I love it. This is awesome. I love that I got to spend with you guys. Tomorrow or the next day, we got the Max Fly, Soft Fly, Tri Fly, Straight Fly coming out. It's going to be a triple review. It's going to be awesome. We're going to love it. Keep the comments coming. Seriously, the likes, the subscribes, the comments, all that stuff really helps the channel out. the channel is continuing to grow every single day, a little bit at a time. And I love that because, again, I think by the end of this year, it could be a full-time gig. And what I'm really excited about is once it becomes a full-time gig, the amount of content that I can do, as far as, tech reviews and club reviews and, some cool challenges I have planned. I have the scripts written. I want to do them, but it's the timing, and it's going to be awesome. So we're in such a good place, and I really appreciate all your guys with the comments. Even if you just get on there and be like, hey, I love the video. Thank you so much. It doesn't have to be anything particular. I really do appreciate it. You guys are the best. Cheers. Yeah, seriously. I love your guys' feedback. Remember, your feedback is always welcome here. I do take what you guys say into consideration a lot. It's okay to criticize. It's okay to recommend. It's okay to do all that stuff. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. And actually, it's welcome. You guys, if I had a guy criticize me on my putting a couple of videos ago, and I just tried what he said, and it's already made me a better putter. We're a community here. I'm serious. I'm not going to pretend like I know everything. I know a lot about golf balls. That's all I know. We're here to build each other up. Remember that. God bless you all. Have a wonderful night. Have a great weekend. Yes, all amazing, awesome. Thank you all so much for the support. I will see you tomorrow or the next day. Again, love you guys. Good night. God bless.